football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollock, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. And the Trojans will kick it away to start us off. Coming out with it, it's Jackson. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. So Purdue's offense will have the first possession of the game. Let's take a quick second to call out some of the impact players their coaches mentioned. This week. Anything you guys heard that really resonated with you?
Yeah, I love when coaches talk about guys that bring it every single day. Like, that we can depend on them. They can get other guys lined up. They're always motivated. They're always being a great teammate. These are the guys that coaches love.
And big-time players make big plays in big games, right? These are the guys that have to play well if they're going to win games like this. Be interesting to see what they do today.
Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. Here comes the offense on first down. Defense looks like they're about to bring the house. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Got it in the middle, it's Ross. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Boilermakers have it with a 1st and 10. Handoff from the gun. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down. They didn't handle the rigors of a Big Ten schedule very well a season ago, and hoping that they've learned some lessons they can use this year.
I think the coaching staff also thinks, Reese, that they're a more mature team. They have better leadership in the locker room. And, David, they're hoping that that's going to show up week in, week out in what's going to be a brutal Big Ten schedule.
Brutal. And, listen, you're hoping also they got something in their neck, right? Like, you're hoping they want some payback, right? Because that should have left a really bad taste in your mouth a year ago, and you should be ready to get that out, and you should be ready to extract some revenge. So let's see if this team comes out with a chip on their shoulder.
Throwing right. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. Going the other way, and he's got room. Touchdown, Trojans. The defense does the work itself with a pick six. Just one moment, and all of a sudden, the fortunes turn.
You're in a position where you're about to give up points, and now you flip that around and you put points on the board. Perfectly executed. What do you do in an interception? First guy blocks the intended receiver. Everybody else starts to form a wall where the ball's going. Nice blocking, nice interception, nice return for the touchdown.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Looking to throw on first down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Going to swing it on second down. The quick out. Excellent job rallying to the ball, and they knock him down.
Great job by the defense winning those early downs. Now you get them in a predictable situation. 3rd and long. You bring in more DBs, more speed, more fun blitz packages. Get to have a little fun. Go get the quarterback.
And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. The Boilermakers will line up to punt it away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. So USC's offense will get the ball for the first time. Guys, if you listen closely, I think you can hear the jawing going already between this quarterback and wide receiver. What a matchup, Jesse, it's going to be between those two.
You know, so many people have already been talking about this individual one-on-one matchup, David, and it's going to be happening out on an island all game long. The receiver's got speed, he's got game-breaking ability, catching the football, can climb the ladder. He's going up against one of the best shutdown corners in the game. I cannot wait to watch this.
Yeah, and he's got the speed to stay with him and the instincts, and he's been so great out wide in every game. This is a huge test. This is a Sunday test. 2 NFL guys going at it to see who's going to take on the prize.
As they come to the line on 3rd and short from the 43, I wonder if they already know they'll go for it if they don't make it here. Incomplete. Man, oh man, is that one this junior would love to have back.
Well, it's not quite the start this offense wanted to have on 3rd down. It's their first opportunity. That one falls incomplete. They're going to have to be better on those critical downs as this game goes on.
This is an opportunity to show your offense you believe in them. Their opening drive of the game, still in their own territory. He's got it, 1st down and more. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the 1st down. Pass completion, move the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. From the gun, give on the inside. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice gain before the defense is able to stop him.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on 1st down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Might be calling a hot route. Back to pass, it's Ncaa. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. The Trojans come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. They'll try to bully their way for the 1st. There he goes! They'll pick up enough yardage for the 1st down. They've got it at the 30.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be 2nd and just a few breaths away from the 1st down. Off the bootleg and rolling out. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, really be physical, because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop out.
Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. He's loose, headed to the end zone, and he's forced out of bounds close to the goal line, and that shove saved a touchdown. And the Trojans trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he is stopped, not getting close to the end zone. Line of scrimmage still at the 3. Wants to go up top. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, USC! He didn't see anyone open. Said, no problem. I'll take care of it myself.
Yeah, I've been there before. Been there, done that. Not my first rodeo. I've been in this kind of situation. Down by the goal line, I'm getting outside, and I'm taking it in myself.
And they tacked on the extra point. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down.
Well, a nice completion there, finding the tight end. And what's so beautiful about that is while they didn't get the first, they were able to pick up enough yards now to make the third down manageable, really putting this offense in a good position.
To the ground to try to pick up the first. Wide open spaces. So important to convert these third downs, and they get it done. They'll have it at the 42. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. They're going to go right back to him on first down. And he is stopped behind the line, and that's how we'll finish the first quarter. That's the end of the period, and USC has the lead. They wanted to strike first and strike hard, and they've been able to do that here in the first quarter as we take a look at the stats. Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. Will be a second down. Here we go. Back to pass. And he throws down the gut of the defense. It's incomplete.
Man, this is an unbelievable start for this defender in this game, guy. That's already his second PD in this game. Playing with his eyes, he's breaking on the ball. You just can't start a game any better.
And the Boilermakers are way behind the sticks on this third and forever. Give to the back. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. And here comes the punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Now on the return. Was looking for more running room, but found nothing before tacklers. He's down at the 24. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. They'll snap the ball. First play of the drive coming from their own 24. They've had a really productive first half so far, and they'll try to add to it here. This is the kind of run that falls in the category of sanctioned violence as he's up to the 31. The Trojans can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Quarterback making checks. Back to throw, it's Ncaa. Makes the grab, it's Lemon. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. That was a nice pickup, running the drag route and finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone too. If you can find the soft spot and the quarterback gets it to him early, he can turn that field, and you saw that right there.
Wants to go up top on first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. The margin for error is so small in this conference. It's really imperative to get off to a good start in Big Ten play.
Especially, Reese, since you're adding so much talent now to this conference. But yeah, year in and year out, you know the mainstays in this conference, but there's always some surprises. And I'll be interested to see how everybody starts off this season. Listen, this is your first opportunity, Palmer, in conference play, in a major conference, obviously in the Big Ten, to make your first statement.
And it's going to be taxing all season long for these players. Physically, obviously, and you expect that in the Big Ten Conference. But now adding all those West Coast teams, these guys are going to be flying back and forth across the country a lot this year. They have to get off to a fast start today. That's what makes this game so critical.
And the Trojans will call on their punt team. He ought to be able to use his first punt to pin him deep. And the ball comes to rest right there. The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. They've taken a couple of punches to the jaw, and now they'll try to get this offense going down a couple of touchdowns. The discard, and he's running free. Is that stiff arm even a human arm? It looks like some type of steel bludgeoning device on his way to a first down. They'll give it to him again. Slams ahead for a yard out to the 33.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
The give to the back. They stop him cold. Maybe gets a yard to the 34.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's fourth down. The Boilermakers will punt this one away. Hauls it in at the 25. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. Opening play of this drive comes from the 34. Making side adjustments here. Dropping back, it's Ncaa. Swings it out to his running back. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to get this guy the ball in space.
Now facing a third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Snagged in the middle. It's Lemon. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
The offense in its own end still needing a couple of yards for the first down, but they'll stay out there and go for it on fourth. There is nothing to gain by kicking it away in this area of the field around midfield, going for it the wise move. Has to get there to move the sticks. Will not get there. A fourth down stop. The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. Running out of time here in the first half, and they do have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And so you
just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. That last sack got them behind the sticks. It's second and long here. Looking to the big tight end. Complete to the left. Ripping through the defense and getting it all the way down to the 24-yard line. This offense has been sluggish to say the least, but finally they're on the move on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
And this offense, man, they're going to have to figure something out. This is already getting out of hand, but they're going to have to protect their quarterback. They're going to have to start throwing the football and having some success, because right now they got a bagel up on the scoreboard.
It's second and long now as this defense has some energy after that last sack. Quickly to the tight end. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup. So an example of a tight end doing a little unheralded work to set up a much better third down situation.
And I like the QB here, Reese. I like the decision where I understand, let's get this football out, let's get some positive yards, and then get to third down, and we can still have a better situation now because we got rid of the football and took the yards that we needed.
Really nice job there of the quarterback reading coverage. He knew exactly where to go with the football and at what exact time. The timing could not have been better. They get the complete.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Purdue!
It took them some time, but finally here at the end of the first half, they were finally able to get it right. can score a touchdown. You know, I think oftentimes as an offensive coordinator, you've scripted your first 10 plays, things aren't working. You're looking for formations, you're looking for schemes you can run to finally break through, and that last drive might be what this offense needs to finally turn the corner. We'll see in the second half.
Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. We'll see if that failed fourth down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
Well, you hear about it all the time in football. Go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a hole. And Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were real disappointed not getting that first down. You can see it on the sideline. So let's just see if that's kind of galvanized them a little bit here to go make a statement and get some points.
Looking for a man. It's Ncaa. Makes the grab. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. On third down, going up top. Nowhere to go, and the ball's loose. How in the world did the offense retain possession? We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half, maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. The Trojans will send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He was working his way on the return toward midfield. They'll stop him at the 46. One more snap coming before halftime. To the air on first down. He's going to throw deep right side. Incomplete. He took a shot on the final play of the quarter and couldn't quite find his man. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Fellas, yeoman's work so far in West Lafayette today, and welcome into the halftime update. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Ross-Ade Stadium.
On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. They'll start the third quarter with the run. And this one will be stopped for no gain. And the Trojans want to crank the tempo. Looking downfield, it's Ncaa. Here's the pressure. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Now this offense tries to figure out a way to move the chains after the second down misfire. Fires to the wideout. Oh, it's picked off. Oh, that's not the way to start a drive. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And what a play by the defender. He's on an island all by himself in cover one man coverage. Just him and the wideout, and he ends up winning, coming up with a big INT.
Off the bootleg, wants to throw it. Complete. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option route.
And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and then can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play-action attempt.
Back to pass on second down. Under fire. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again. That defensive lineman just smelled pass on that play, and he got in the backfield and sacked the quarterback.
And that's why they get paid the big bucks. Defensive linemen, they got to play the run, be physical. But, man, when you can get a beat and understand it's going to be a pass and jump off the snap like this, make a big play, and now you put them behind the sticks, and the advantage goes big time to the defense.
He stopped short, and it's 4th down. And here comes the field goal unit. And this one ought to be nice and easy, a 22-yard attempt. It's good, easy call for the refs. That'll bring him to within 4. After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Opening play of this drive comes from the 26-yard line. Scanning the field, it's Ncaa. Quick strike complete. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a 1st down at the 37. New set of downs after the completion. Looking downfield on 1st down. Picked off. What a play to set him up. Got some room to run. And he's going to take it all the way back. Touchdown, Boilermaker!
And linebackers are so athletic nowadays in college football. They can play man on running backs and tight ends and all over the field. And how about the linebacker making the athletic interception and then showing you he can be a running back, taking it all the way back to the house for a touchdown.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. They'll put this one in play, first snap of the drive from the 25. This thing has sort of gotten away the last couple of possessions. They've been a little too generous, David.
Yeah, like a non-profit, man, like a charity, giving the football away too much. Got to take care of the football, Jesse. Otherwise, you got no shot to win this football game.
You're right, man. At this level of college football, it doesn't matter how talented you are. It doesn't matter who you're playing. If you're sloppy and you put the football on the ground or you throw picks, you're going to find yourself behind on the scoreboard.
The give to the tailback. He's got it out to the 37 after gaining 5.
On 2nd down defensively, I'm always like, hey, let's get to 3rd down. Really good job by the offense. It's like, nah, we're going to stick this run right down your throat, get the 1st down on 2nd down. We don't need 3rd downs.
A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on 1st down and set up a short yardage on 2nd down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on 2nd down.
Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. These guys have staggered around a little bit in this one. It would be a really good time to get things going if they want to hold off the upset bid.
But they're the favorite for a reason, Reese, and they've got the playmakers on the field. They're only one play away from completely changing the momentum in this game. So the underdog, David, they've got to keep playing at a high level.
And they're the underdogs for a reason. So that they've got to have some things go their way. They got to catch some breaks. And all they want to do, continue to fight, continue to hang around as long as possible and stay within a play or stay within some kind of big game-changing momentum play.
The Trojans come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. Muscling ahead on 3rd and short. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
That is how it's done on 3rd down and short. No doubt about it. An easy hole to get through and clearly get the 1st down.
If you really want to simplify football, the low man wins. That time the offense got the better of the D. Easily picked that up.
Pulls it in. It's Sanders. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
What's important in this game, this offense gets the running back involved out in the perimeter in space where you can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. He picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
8th play of the drive coming up. Leaves it with the back. Oh, out of space. They knock take him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. And the Trojans pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. Back to throw. It's Ncaa. Here comes the heat. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
This offense is going to have to come up with a plan to block this guy. He is an absolute monster, and he showed you all his tools on that sack.
Still looking on the move. Nothing to do with the football, and he just throws it away. It'll be third down.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there. I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
That's the end of the period, and Purdue has the lead. They've done the work to build a nice cushion. Now to bring it home as we check out the stats after 3 quarters. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. Signs of any kind of kickers. They'll leave the offense out there to try to move those chains. He might want another play. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time.
Delay of game. Offense.
That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. And here we go, down to score. They'll go for it on 4th down. Some early movement along the offensive line, and they'll walk it back.
False start on offense.
Not much of a decision to make there. The defense will move them back. The Trojans line up to punt it away. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. Had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field.
There he goes. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29. The offense set for a first down play. Wants to throw on first down. Punts it out of the air. Turning it on. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48. Motion from the wideout. Looking to throw on first down. Grabbed over the middle. It's McCoby. They get him on the ground at the 37, but give him 15 yards on that chunk play, and they'll move the chains. The Boilermakers will line it up on 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on first down. And he fires over the middle. It's incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
And it's been a struggle for the run game for this offense. Man, this is something they hang their hat on. You saw last week, you saw the highlights, and just give it to the running back. Let him do his thing. Haven't been able to get him going. I don't know what's going on.
It's a running room. Just outside the red zone as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 22. The Boilermakers, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. Caught over the middle. It's Ross. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. They're about to run a dirty half-dozen plays on this drive. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Wants to fire on second down. Quickly complete. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
He'll pull it on the read. They thought they could just run it on third and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. We'll head to the 2-minute timeout. Tight ball game here, and this offense will try to milk the clock. So on fourth down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. Right down the boulevard. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. UNLV looks like the best show on the Vegas Strip right now. What a dazzling offensive showcase. They're up by 35 over the Stallions. We've got our eye on things here and everything else going on right now, and any updates, you'll see them here. Guys?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. They're dealing with a second and long. Looking downfield, it's Ncaa. Starting to feel a little pressure. He'll try to do it himself. They'll force him out of bounds after a solid pickup on the play.
And that's a pretty good job by this defense. Man, it's so hard to limit these quarterbacks, and they're spreading you out all over the field. When they take off, it's hard to limit the damage. Nice job limiting the damage. And I tell you what, make it physical. Finish those plays and try to tackle that guy and make him think about running the football in the future.
Wants to throw on third. And he throws his third pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. Touchdown, Purdue! How about this defense taking one back to the house? They push the lead out here in the fourth quarter and close to getting back on track and going 2-1.
How about a game-changing play for this defense? Stepping in front of the football and knowing what to do with it, taking it all the way to the end zone.
And he tacks on the extra point. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Looking to throw on first down. A deep throw as the clock winds down. He's got it along the sideline. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30-plus. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. To the air on first down. Here's the heat. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Turns it on down the left side. Defense got it. They're on the run. Inside the touchdown, Boilermaker. The defense takes matters into its own hands. They're now in really good shape to get back into the win column as they two-point conversion attempt is coming. He wants to throw it. Rushes on him. Into the end zone for the two-point conversion as they extend the lead. That is a defensive player's dream. Ball sitting there, chance to scoop it up, run with it, and they don't stop you until the band starts playing. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. Not a lot of hope here, down 3 possessions late.
No, and I love this part as a pass rush.
He wants to take the top off. And that one falls incomplete. They tried to go over the top on first down. Second down coming up.
One of the biggest reasons today why this offense is losing in the game is they haven't been able to get it going throwing the football. This guy still has not thrown a touchdown pass. They thought coming into this game they were going to have tons of success throwing it. You got to give the defense credit. They watched the film. They've been mixing up their looks defensively, trying to confuse this quarterback, and again, on that last deep shot, it falls incomplete.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Looking to throw, it's Ncaa. Fires to the middle. It's complete. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 30.